In South Africa, fire is never just fire. People talk about it like it has a mind of its own, like it watches the land and waits for the right moment to remind everyone who's in charge. After weeks of heat and dry wind, it comes, and it comes fast. You don't notice it at first. One minute the air smells normal, the next it's sharp and biting, and before you know it, it's everywhere. Johannesburg isn't a forest. It's concrete, tar, brick. People think that makes it safe, but the city sits right up against dry grasslands. Informal settlements cling to the edges. Power lines stretch across parched veldt. Fire doesn't need trees, it only needs a spark. One mistake, one careless ember. That year, the air had been wrong for days. Too dry, too still, too hot. Then one afternoon, the wind picked up, and somewhere, far off but moving fast, the fire started. Nomvula noticed it first, at school. She was teaching a small group of grade 2s, explaining how to make a paper chain for the classroom display. Everything seemed ordinary. Children giggling, crayons breaking, someone whispering that their mother said they had to eat their lunch quickly. Then the smell hit her. It was thick, sharp, bitter, smoke curling into the windows and drifting across the playground. Nomvula's stomach sank. "Everyone, stop what you're doing," she said softly, trying to sound calm. "We need to line up." The children's eyes widened. Some shuffled closer together. One little boy whispered, "Teacher, is it going to burn?" Nomvula crouched to his level, holding his small hands in hers. She didn't have the answer. She didn't even know if the children's homes were in danger. She only knew she had to keep them safe. "We're going to leave together," she said. "I promise. But we're going to stay calm." She smiled, even though her hands were shaking. Outside, the fire was moving fast. Grasslands at the edge of the school were blackening in minutes. Sparks jumped fences. Smoke swallowed the afternoon sun, turning it a dull orange. Nomvula's heart pounded, but her voice stayed steady. She counted heads. She checked everyone's shoes, knelt to help a girl whose sandal had broken. She sang softly to a crying boy. Fear moves faster than fire. Panic spreads faster than flames. Nomvula knew that. Across the city, Kabelo was already at the hospital. He'd been awake all night, monitoring alerts, preparing for what he knew was coming. Emergency and disaster care had trained him for floods, fires, accidents. But nothing fully prepares you for a city ablaze in real time. The first patients arrived, coughing, wheezing, crying, burned in patches, eyes wide with panic. The smell of smoke clung to everyone. Staff moved quickly, silently coordinating. Kabelo spoke softly, firmly, giving instructions over the chaos. Airways first, oxygen on. Calm them, keep them breathing. But the fire was moving faster than their plans. When the city called a coordinated emergency response, both Nomvula and Kabelo were pulled in. That's when they saw each other. Nomvula stood on her hands and clothes, ash caught in her hair. Kabelo eyes bloodshot from sleepless nights, moving with quiet authority. They didn't speak at first. They watched. They listened. Nomvula spoke about the children, about fear, about how a classroom full of small bodies isn't just numbers, it's a storm waiting to happen. How kids will follow the adult who doesn't panic, even if they themselves are terrified. Kabelo spoke about capacity, hospital beds, oxygen, evacuation routes, timing risks. "We can't move everyone at once," he said. "We'll overwhelm hospitals. We'll lose more lives, and we can't wait until the children see flames at the gate," Nomvula replied. They won't survive the panic. They stared at each other, realizing they were arguing, but neither was wrong. Then the wind shifted. The fire jumped overnight. It spread across dry veldt and into informal settlements near the school. Roads were blocked, power lines sparked. Smoke filled the air. The sky glowed red. Nomvula got the call. She arrived to find the school's grass already smoking. Parents were panicked. Some had tried to reach their children. Others had been trapped in traffic. Nomvula didn't hesitate. She lined the children up, wet cloths over mouths, hands held, heads down. One child, a boy named Sifo, started screaming, my dog is at home." Nomvula knelt in front of him, ash falling on her sleeves. She didn't have the dog. She didn't know if it had survived, but she held his face in her hands. "We'll find your dog," she whispered. "But right now, we need to get to safety. Together." He clung to her. Kabelo arrived as the fire moved dangerously close to the school. Rescue vehicles struggled to reach the area. Flames licked at the fences. Smoke burned eyes. When he saw Nomvula standing there, guiding the children, he felt something shift. She's calm, he thought. Even when everything around her is chaos, she's steady. Nomvula noticed him, too. And for the first time, she realized she wasn't alone. There was someone with knowledge, with authority. Someone who could make the chaos manageable. "Stay close," she said quietly to him. "We'll move the children in small groups. Don't rush them." For the next few hours, they worked together. Nomvula held the children. Kabelo coordinated with rescue teams and hospital staff. They made decisions on the fly. Every second mattered. Every choice could mean life or death. At one point, a child tripped in the smoke. Nomvula's heart stopped. Kabelo's hand shot out. He caught the child. Their eyes met. For a brief moment, they didn't speak. They just breathed together. Trust was forming. It wasn't romance, not yet. Not in the middle of fire, but it was connection. The kind of bond that only comes when survival depends on it. Hours later, all the children were safe. Nomvula and Kabelo stood outside, smoke swirling around them, clothes damp with sweat, ash in their hair, faces streaked with grime. "You kept them calm," Kabelo said. "You made sure they had somewhere to go," Nomvula replied. They both smiled faintly, exhausted, but the tension lingered. From that day on, they began working closely. Emergency plans were rewritten. Schools were included in fire drills. Teachers trained with hospital staff. Nurses learned how to work with children. And slowly, quietly, the bond between Nomvula and Kabelo deepened. Not with words at first, just gestures. Small nods of agreement, shared coffee in the evenings. After the fire had died down, quiet moments of relief when a drill went right. The kind of bond that grows when two people realize they can trust each other to make life and death decisions without hesitation. One evening, standing on the scorched grass near a controlled burn, Nomvula said softly, "I used to think my job stopped at the classroom door." Kabelo shook his head. "And I used to think mine started at the hospital." They laughed quietly. Then neither spoke for a long time. The fire had taught them something neither of them could have learned alone. That protection isn't about being strong or calm alone. It's about courage, planning, and care together. When the fires finally cooled, the city looked marked. Blackened grass, charred fences, ash blowing across streets. Children told their parents stories about the day their school became something else, entirely a fortress, a haven, a place where they were safe because Nomvula and Kabelo didn't stop. Johannesburg didn't become fireproof, but it became wiser, kinder, smarter. Nomvula learned that courage grows through care. Kabelo learned that systems work only when guided by humanity. And the city learned the hardest lesson of all. When fire comes, survival isn't about being fearless. It's about showing up, staying steady, trusting each other when everything around you is burning.